Hi, everyone. Welcome to Digital Experience. This is our iteration retro. We'll go over what went well and things to improve on from the last 2-week period. Today is Thursday, July 13th. First up for things that went well is Barker.
Yeah, I posted it in the thanks channel. Carrie Menard also hearted it, so that was cool. But big thank you to John, Megan, TMA, and Hannah. We had a big pivot on how our language selector works and how our links work on the marketing site. We're using dynamic links so that it would route you to the right place after you clicked on it. Turns out that has bad SEO implications. So we made a pivot so it's all static. So when the page loads, all the links are static. And so if you're on the German homepage, it's German links in the nav and German links in the page if there's localized version. So good job on getting that out the door. It was a big bucket of work across a lot of the projects. And pass it over to Mateo.
Yeah, so this iteration I got something cool that I did. It was rewriting the blog repo, and it now works with Contentful. And I was having trouble getting the transpiling there to work, and Nathan was big help there. So yeah, now we have Contentful there. We can start thinking on creating a template and migrating blog posts.
Let's hope that we can use a non-trial version next week, because I hate having to make new ones. And I think you're on a trial now, and I've gone through 2 emails, so let's hope that we get the official one next week. But it's gonna be awesome.
Things to improve on. I think Barker has the first point there too.
Yeah, I got the first one. It's I messed up on things yesterday. We were doing a nav release, and it also included new 6 cents personalization for our nav. And Megan wrote out very clear instructions on how to test it in the MR that released it. I didn't read those instructions and went back to an old version, old way of verifying it. And guess what? Like, yeah, it forces the personalization to show, but it didn't actually work. And so that resulted in a bug getting shipped. So that's like on me. But just like, thank you, Megan, for writing those instructions on how to test it. And then if you're the one reviewing it, read those instructions. Like, that's a note for myself. John.
Yes, I want to thank Megan, because after I saw that she has like instructions to test all our MRs, I started implementing that section. So just to say, it would be cool to have in the template a section only to explain how to test an MR, even though it's easy or not. It would be cool to have always that section. And next one is Megan.
Yeah, sorry, I read the first thing too fast and part of my reply did not even make sense. I think if you're talking about the personalization bug in production, I don't think anyone would have caught that. Like, I was testing things like super hardcore to make sure nothing was going to get through with the personalization, and it's just happening in production. It's not happening in the review apps locally or anything. I think all the testing it worked out, but thanks for the call out. Next is Nathan.
Thanks. This isn't really something to improve on, more of just like an opportunity. There's a lot of new tech getting added, in the next couple months. And so I was thinking, like, it's not up to any of us, like it's up to all of us to kind of, drive this forward and figure out how we want to structure the site. And so I'd be curious if we'd be down to have like I don't know if it's a couple time thing or just a one-off, but brainstorm like, how does this integration work? So I don't mind getting the ball rolling and just like, I don't know, starting up. It was called Fig Jam. I'm not too sure what these tools are called, but it'd be just cool if we're all on the same page. We know how things are going to integrate, and then maybe we can modify it and fine tune it and have something that makes sense. Because I don't want to continue like add stuff on and then it's like Frankenstein. It'd be cool to put our heads together and figure it out.
Plus one on that. For sure. I know Justin had some diagrams in this quarter of how this was all gonna work together, and we've been building off of those. But now that we've dug in a little bit more, we have access to Contentful, we kind of have an idea of what Argo is gonna do. We have new information, so we might need to iterate on what those are, and getting everyone's input would be amazing.
Yeah, on that note, gonna go off a little tangent, but one of the new tech stacks, at least for a proof of concept, I'm using like Node and Express. It's been a while since I've done any of that, but so I'm like chunking my way through. But if anyone might have some experience in that and is like cool, if I can reach out to them if I have questions, that would be amazing. But yeah, I would love something like this to have like team brainstorms on this stuff, because we don't know who could be the experts on some of these stack items at the end of the day.
Yeah, I didn't add a note, but I'm also +1 that as we split out into multiple different repos and more tools, there are more like points of failure and things are going to break. And, you know, it's helpful if we're all aware of end to end how our website is functioning, you know, so that we can start troubleshooting where that break might be. Like it's great if Megan becomes like the Argo expert or something, but then if Megan's out and we have an Argo problem, I want all of us to kind of have an understanding of how those calls are happening and how that piece works, and same with CMS and same with blog and same with all of it. So yeah, big fan of like at least like an eng meeting or something to get everyone kind of trained up and get some ideas going if we need brainstorming, but certainly get trained on so we're all in alignment of how these pieces are going to work together.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can I'll spin up a meeting. I'll look at our calendars and see what's a good time. And then we can decide from there if we want to have a recurring meeting or just a one-off. But it seems like people are interested. Do you want to close out our YouTube channel?
Please like and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you everyone, and we will see you next time.